And we'll begin by getting comfortable. Make sure you're seated someplace or lying someplace where your spine is fairly straight. And I'm going to ask you to imagine that your lungs are working with a mind of their own. So just pay attention to your lungs and see how they just fill up with air without you doing anything. And when they feel full enough, they let the air out. And it requires no effort on your part. But you can get involved and you can make the next in-breath just a little bit deeper. And when your lungs feel like they're really good and full of air, you can just let them expel it at the rate that they choose. And as you breathe in and out like this, at whatever pace is comfortable for you, you might find that you feel a little more relaxed. As you listen to my voice, you may find that you want to close your eyes. You may not. As long as you're comfortable, you don't have to do anything. But closing your eyes can feel really good at this point so that you can relax and focus on your energy. So watch your chest and your belly rise and fall as you breathe in and out. And see how you feel relaxed. Maybe you feel floaty and light. Do your hands and feet feel comfortable, or do you need to move them? Whatever you do is just fine, and whatever you do to make yourself comfortable will just help you relax a little bit more. And you can listen to my voice and what I say. You can tune me right out if you want to. It won't matter, because part of you is always listening. We've been meditating on tools, energetic tools that help us develop and use our psychic skills. Things that get us in a state that helps us tune in on our intuition and use it. And tonight we're working with source energy. And source energy, well, it's called source energy, so it's pretty important to us to keep us energized. But the important principle with source energy is that it flows. So we're going to follow the flow of source energy and how that works in our body and in our energy space. So we can consider that we're sharing this beautiful bubble of meditation space. You can imagine us sitting in a room together in a bubble, and the bubble is a beautiful teal blue. It's grounded, and it gives us all the room we need to sit and meditate. It gives us privacy and protection. So just enjoy and appreciate the beautiful color of this meditation room that we're in, this bubble of space that we're sharing, and then turn your attention to your own personal space bubble. Your personal space bubble should be, for this meditation, about as big around as your outstretched arms. So just imagine that bubble around you, and your intention will make that space that size. Notice how your feet take in energy from the earth. It's not something you think about all the time, but there are energy centers in the soles of your feet, and they take in earth energy. The energy in your space might be about 20% earth energy and 80% other stuff. It varies for a lot of people. You could have more. You could have less earth energy. Just notice what is coming up through your feet, how it attaches you to the planet, and just notice what it's like. And then also notice your grounding, your field of grounding from your tailbone straight into the center of the earth, like a gold cord that connects you to the center of the planet. You can look down this grounding cord, you can look down this field of gravity that keeps you stable. You can say hello to Mother Earth if you feel like it. I like to say hello to her. She's being very hospitable to us these days. And just feel how she holds you in place. Feel how the planet really is your home. For right now, at least, it's really your home. And then we're going to turn our attention to source energy, just as I promised. So just imagine you can look up through the top of your head and see way, way, way out into outer space. And see the gold energy that pours down from far out in outer space into your space. It comes down or in from the farthest reaches of the universe, and it pours toward you, and it pours right into the very top of your head. So up where your crown chakra is where you take in source energy. And you always take it in, whether you notice it or not. It's like you're breathing. It happens whether you pay attention to it or you don't. But just like you're breathing, you can change it at will. You can influence it with your intention. So let's imagine that you can just turn up the volume on this inflow of energy just a teeny tiny bit, to the point that it feels a little bit different than usual. And the movement of this energy is the most important thing you can know about it. When this energy moves, things tend to work well in your personal space. When this energy gets stuck or stopped or held up somewhere, then is when you have problems. If your emotions are flowing, it means they're flowing on this energy source that comes into your personal space. If your emotions get stuck and don't move, you can use this energy to help move them. There are lots of energies like that, the energies of your emotions, the energies of your mental and emotional images, memories, thoughts. And this energy can move all of them, flow around them, and heal your space, basically. So the source energy coming in the top of your head generally follows some major pathways. It follows many, many pathways that I won't discuss today. But it comes in and flows down back channels at the sides of the spine. And flowing into those channels, it flows through the neck, behind the ears, and all the way down the back. It flows in and out of the chakras in the center of the head, in the throat, in the heart, in the solar plexus, in the belly. And then it gets caught up around the area of the tailbone and flows up front channels. And here again, it flows in and out of your chakras. The energy diverts and flows in all the energy centers, and it flows up to the top of your head, where it fountains out your physical head and into your energy space, into your personal space bubble. And it creates a toric field. It looks something like the electromagnetic field around the planet. So this energy flows down the back, and it flows through your neck where you have transmedium channels, where you have clairaudient channels. Let it wash through those and wash out any energetic messages that you've received over the course of the day or the week or the month that don't need to be in your space anymore. Just let it wash those things out. And it flows down the back and in and out of chakras and around your body, affecting the chakras and the chakras that in turn affect your organs. And then that energy goes down to the tailbone area where it is mixed with the earth energy that comes up your legs that we talked about earlier. And it mixes with that energy, and so you have a portion of earth energy and a portion of source energy. And these energies flow around and up the front of your physical body. And as we said, fountain out the top of your head. And from there, the source energy flows all around your aura, your personal space bubble. It flows outside your body and flows back into your body and around your body and around your personal space. You can change all these things at will. So let's play around with how we flow this source energy now. We're imagining this energy flowing, and it's probably flowing at a fairly brisk pace, but not too fast. It's probably flowing at a pace that's comfortable for you. You're probably seeing the way it normally flows. And I want you to just imagine that you can pick up the speed of this flow just a little bit, maybe 10%. Make it 10% faster. And when you make it that much faster, you may start to feel it in your body. A lot of people say they feel it in their fingers and toes, maybe in their spine, maybe in their face, when they run that energy that fast. And then just stop and let it take its own pace again. Let it slow back down to where it was before. And see if you feel any different. You may feel a little bit energized by this speedier flow of energy. This is a really quick and easy form of self-healing. When you speed up your energy for a little bit like that, it tends to move things around. If there's anything stuck, it will tend to be moved. You may feel a little bit perkier. You may feel a little bit brighter. It may pick up your mood a little bit. That never hurts. I'd urge you not to make that flow too fast and furious before bedtime. But for just a couple of, I don't know, a few seconds like we did, it can be very healing and can make you feel pretty good. So let this energy continue to flow. And see how it is so fundamental to your health and well-being and your being alive. If you have stuck energy, you'll feel it. Sometimes our energy gets stuck because we have pain or a physical problem, or sometimes we just hold on to some thought or emotion or memory that we just can't seem to let go of. I don't know why we do that, but we all do. So just imagine that this gold source energy, which is so neutral and clean and brand new, can just wash that stuff away. Just see it melting and being washed around in your energy space. Getting that stuff to move is healing. If you have sadness, you can just imagine this gold source energy washes sadness out of your personal space. And in the case of sadness, the best thing to do is let it go and let it wash down the grounding cord into the center of the earth where it can be transmuted and recycled. If you have anxiety, you can watch this energy flow and melt through the particles of anxiety. And as it melts that anxiety, it turns it into just neutral energy. That's all anxiety is energy that doesn't know where to go. Maybe you have a memory of something that happened that you didn't like. An argument with somebody, an unpleasant scene. Maybe it doesn't go away quite as readily as you'd like. See where it is. Let this energy wash through it and see if it melts a little bit. If it doesn't melt, you could choose what to do with it. You can take that memory, put it in a bubble, throw it out of your personal space, throw it right out of our meditation room, and watch it explode. You don't need that anymore. You can take the energy charge off it. You could still remember what happened, but it doesn't have to feel the way it did. So notice that I keep talking about this energy as being gold. Gold is a nice neutral color. White light kind of makes us unconscious. It's not something you can walk around with during your day, but gold is nice and neutral and clean and healing. It's a really healing energy that flows through you. And truly, when we get down below all our emotions, this is the energy of love. Love is not something that we feel for a particular person. Love is the field in which we live. Love is the energy that motivates us. And it's a beautiful, healing, neutral love. So let's just appreciate it a little bit. Spend a little bit more time watching it come down from the farthest reaches of heaven, and we get our own supply. We're all using the same energy, and yet we each have our own supply, and it comes in through our crown, down through our channels, up through our front channels, It sloshes in and out of our chakras. It flows out our crown chakra again and spreads all through our personal space. And you can consider that personal space to be your mind, and that gold source energy, that neutral love, can heal your mind and clear your mind and bring you some neutrality. So just enjoy it. Develop your a little bit new appreciation for this energy. And see how it clears all of your chakras as well. Mostly when it pours in and fountains out of the crown chakra, it can really light up that chakra. And that chakra is related to who you are as a sovereign individual, who you are as a spiritual individual. A lot of times our crown chakras get all kinds of information in them that isn't even ours. It's something somebody else told us we had to be like, how we have to think, who we should be. But source energy comes from source, and it wants us to be authentically us, and it washes all those other messages out. And it washes blockages out of your throat, and it clears out the center of head space where you see with the third eye, where you see spiritual truth. And it washes through your heart chakra and opens it up, or it can open it up. You can imagine that energy flowing through your heart space, and that heart chakra opening like a flower, like a chrysanthemum or a lotus. And when this energy flows through your heart and your head, you can think again. You can think clearly, because you need both of those to think. Both the heart and the brain have neurons in them, and the heart perceives things before the brain and sends messages to the brain. So we need both to think clearly and make good decisions. And this beautiful source energy can flow through those areas and clear them out. It can flow in the solar plexus and strengthen you as an individual. It can flow down in your second chakra and clear out your creative space so that you can do new things. You can create new creations. You have places to incubate those new creations. You might not know what they are yet, but you could nurture them in that second chakra. And this energy flows through the first chakra and through your arm and leg channels and through your hand and feet channels and chakras. And you have chakras all over your body. I don't even know how to enumerate them all, but this energy flows everywhere. It flows and heals and cleanses. You can also use this flow of source energy to light things up. What does that mean? Something's bothering me. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to look at it. I'm trying to look at it with my intuition, but I'm not sure what it is. I feel a little discomfort. I'm not sure if it's in my body or just in my space. I can just intend that the source energy that's flowing through my space light up anything that doesn't belong there. Light it up and let me see it. And then whatever I notice is what got lit up. For me, it looks like sparks of light in my personal space over on the lower left side. For you, it may look like an image. It may look like a memory, a movie, a picture. Doesn't matter. It'll be lit up and you'll know what it is or have a better idea. So you can use this energy to help you see things that you're trying to perceive. And then if that energy that you lit up is something you don't want in your space anymore, let it flow. Let it flow out. You can also use this energy to pull yourself together. Ever have anybody tell you to pull yourself together? We're going to pull ourselves together now. So just imagine you can look up above your head and see the 8th chakra, which is outside the body. It's about 18 inches or so above the top of your head, directly above the crown chakra. And this source energy flows through that chakra before it comes down into your physical body. So you could think of that 8th chakra and all the ones above it. There are more. But you could think of those higher chakras as transformers, stepping this energy down to where we can handle it in our bodies and in our personal space. So going up to that 8th chakra, let's pull ourselves together. Just imagine you can create a magnet in that chakra, and it's a magnet for you. It's a magnet that attracts everything that is you and belongs in your space. And watch as parts of you come flying across the universe to land in this 8th chakra. You might have left part of you on a beach somewhere where you took a vacation years ago. You might have left part of you in a conversation with your best friend, with a family member, in a movie that you watched, book that you read. Doesn't matter. You could have been out cruising the astral plane last night in your dreams and left some of your energy any number of places that we don't even know how to talk about. Just let it all be magnetized into your 8th chakra so you can be whole again. Pull yourself together. And when all that energy is there, and it only takes a second really, you can let it pour out of your 8th chakra into your 7th chakra, into your crown, and just watch it flow through all those channels we've discussed. Down your back, up your front, out your crown, mixing with earth energy, flowing all around your body, all around outside your body, and creating a beautiful gold boundary on the outside of your personal space, about arm's length outside of your body. We just took in a bunch of energy. There may be some excess. You can let it go down your grounding field into the center of the earth. So now that you're fully present, we're going to come back to our more typical consciousness. You can do that by wiggling your fingers and your toes, making sure you're centered in your body. And as you are ready to, you can open your eyes. And then I'm going to ask you to tip your head to the left and to the right, just to balance out any flow of energy in the crown. And with that, you can stretch, and we are complete.